Hello everyone, War Angel here, and welcome back to the East Roman Empire campaign for Total War Attila. It's been a little while since the previous episode thanks to some real life issues like me being ill and that getting in the way, so a quick recap is in order I think. In the previous episode, I had two of my legions start the attack against my former puppet state Nobatia, which decided to rebel against me a few episodes ago. We've managed to charge down and pretty much take them unopposed, apart from one of their main armies at the province capital of Axum, but we managed to defeat them and take Ethiopia for ourselves, and eliminate them now as a faction. In fact, let me just pop through these quickly so you can have a look and see. So, yep, Dedim, the governor for Nobatia, was defeated. Letum, the army general, was defeated. Nobatia has now been defeated. So there we go, we've now taken the whole province of Ethiopia for the empire once more. Now it does look like we're about to have a rebellion taking place thanks to the amount of battle we've done. We've got a lot of instability right now, I'd imagine, thanks to how quickly I've taken the province. In fact, if we have a look, minus 29 religious differences. Minus 20 next turn for conquest, minus 14, and going down by 1 every turn thanks to instability. So yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Luckily for me though, Eastern Christianity is high, but it's not Greek Christianity, which is the big one we want. So I'm going to have to try and sort that out. Axum hasn't had much of a chance to actually regain its stature ever since we managed to raise it down quite a few episodes ago. I raised it so Axum, Nobatia, could take it for themselves and have the full province, but we're going to have to sort that out. So at the moment we're destroying the monks' quarters so we can actually change it into our Greek Christian buildings. We've got a levy center here that needs to be reduced. What else? Oriental Harbour we're going to keep. We're going to change this over to... what's the fertility at the moment? Okay, it's minus 3, but it's going to go up next in couple more turns, because we'll be coming to the end of the chapter then. But for now, we'll make it into a farming capital. We'll keep that. We've got this at the moment is giving me plus 70 food. We do have a camel ranch giving me 130 food. That's going down, that's being changed over, so yeah, over down here in Ethiopia we're pretty okay now. I am going to see about moving some of my armies around just so we can make sure to deal with any rebels that are going to pop up. But yeah, it should be okay for now. Did I get the Axum start converting over yet? No, I need to wait for first of all for it to repair itself and then we can swap it over to Roman style buildings. Sounds like a plan. Okay. We also had the conquest of Britain started, with one of my legions already landing to take on the Franks. Now, it did involve a bit of a series of night battles taking place, but we managed to take Londinium, and we did take a few casualties, but that's okay. We'll be able to sort them out pretty quickly. In fact, can I levy any local troops? We can get Germanic levy, or Germanic hurlers. Who can we get these from? A unit from the Horde. What have we got here? Okay, Frankish separatists. I didn't notice these. Okay, so what we have here, the Geats. Okay, so we do have Britain here, and what I'm thinking about doing for the sort of prologue, the epilogue part of when I eventually capture the rest of Britain, is to find a mod that might allow me to confederate with the other Roman-style emergent factions like Britain and Italy. Just so I can bring them into the Imperial fold and then without having to declare war on them, because it would be a hassle right now if I end up losing one of my client states, because they don't like the fact I've gone to war against another Roman faction. So Corinium is okay for now. These guys are in the middle getting replenished. We've got Eastern Auxilia Palatine, tier 3, very heavy spear infantry getting recruited right now. Is there anything else we can actually hire from here right now? There is not. Some Celtic Axe Warband. You know what, we'll take a unit of that just to bulk out the numbers a little bit more. We already got Onager, which I would like to be able to change at some point. Got plenty of those. You know what, let's get 2 units of mercenary Celtic Axe Warbands. That'll get us up into a 20 stack, ready to continue the invasion. We should have... Okay, we got rebels taking over here, so let's go with my Emperor and take out the rebels, just so we don't have to deal with them right now. It'll be a fairly easy attack. It's just annoying now because we're actually going to have to march back before we can sail across to attack the Franks. Okay, let's get detective. Stab him through the shoulder. Excellent. Okay, we took a few more casualties than I would have liked, but it's okay. We'll be fine. Okay, you guys can head back to Flevum, and then in the next turn we'll have them go over and attack. Most of them will be pretty much back up to full strength now, which would be fantastic. We can march them in towards Camandulum, or even take them up north and maybe see about attacking one of these other northern settlements. I'll have to decide what I'm going to do about the Abdanians, which have still got their capital over here. We'll sort that out. Okay, we do have a situation down here as well, where we did have a couple of them things. We've got Abdanians here. I'm still not sure yet what to do regarding the Alamans, because they do have a number of territories here. In fact, they have taken this one. Let me have a look. Okay, so I can't just go over and attack their capital anymore, because one of these was available before. I think Colonia Agrippa was, but they've since been taken over by the Alamans. That's annoying. I'll tell you what, we'll have them come to attack, one army come over here to attack the capital here, and we'll see what we can do about maybe going after one of the other factions. Okay, we do have rebels with a reasonably full stack, in fact.
I am yours to
Okay, let's have a look and see. We have more of them here. We have Dogus is now under control. Let's dismantle that. We are continuing to make sure we get growth in the place. We're minus 20 food right now, so let's get another one of these going. Okay, we just need to wait slowly but impatiently for us to be able to get the building surplus so we can get those sorted. For the moment, you're pretty happy. It's great. Let's see, Natraha. Yep, you've still got the same situation as the others. Right. Okay. I'm getting an Imperial Library. That might help out and research a little bit more. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. To be honest, I think it's going to be a pretty quick turn. I just want to start spending a bit of my money helping out some of the other provinces and that have been a bit of an issue, like neglected over since the campaign, because I've been focusing. Because that's the thing, when you start with a large empire, it's not a good idea to try and spread all your money everywhere and end up not being able to support everyone properly because of the fact that you haven't got. You've been spending it everywhere rather than on the buildings that you need. So a very good idea, usually, as I mentioned at the beginning of the series, is to make it so you actually focus on getting all the... Basically, you want to focus on certain provinces in order to get them up to a level that will give you what you need. In my case, I needed strong troops ready for when I had to deal with the Alamans. Not the Alamans, the Sassanids. So a lot of my provinces are still basic tier. Might only have a couple of available buildings here and there because I've neglected them a little bit, but it is going to help out. It has helped me now because it allowed me, for example, to change these provinces here into my main recruitment area. So I was able to send an army here in order to get all my cavalry over here and all my ranged units and so forth. It's one of the reasons why we've managed to build up legions so quickly, is because of me focusing on specific areas rather than just try and spend my money on everything in one go. Alright. How's up here doing, in fact? Up here's doing fine. I just need to get a bit more growth so we can get that sorted out. But we should get that sorted in a couple of turns. And as Kakalis will be under control then. Same over here. What we got here at the moment? Sewers. It's giving me plus 10 once we get that built up. That's fantastic. And let me see. Let's sort out the food issue by just binding that. And there we go. We can end the turn. Oh, who's this? Secundus Gabellus Calvinus. He's one of my generals down south, I think. If I can I raise your cunning up a little bit more? There we go. I can get a little bit more cash in because of how expensive the armies are turning out. It's good though that we've managed to have enough sub money coming in. We've got over 20,000 coming in, nearly 28,000 a turn, which I think is really, really good at this stage. Especially when, and well, to be fair though, I make a hell of a lot from trade, but why are you coming down here? It's been a little while since I played this, so it is trying to remember, like, why have I got certain things happening? I think we're going to get to the end of this chapter in this episode. We'll just need to really just go through things and wait for the most part. We've still got the Saxons to deal with. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ideally what you want to do when you're fighting one of the factions that can turn into a horde faction, like for example most of the barbarian factions in the game, is you want to make sure that you don't attack that very last settlement until you basically wipe out all of their armies. If you've got their last settlement under your siege, then they can't build armies there. And then all you need to do is go around, destroy the rest of their armies one by one. And then it means that when you attack that last settlement, they're not going to have any armies to turn into a horde and do what I'm going to have to do, which is to chase them down across the map and kill them. So for, it's an example, a tactic example that'll be a strategy, because tactics are a little bit more smaller groups, whereas oh crap. Okay, what we got here? We've got 2 units of Eastern Armored Legio against Desert Mounted Javelinmen, Armored Camel Warriors, and Hataz the General. Bansbar very much against me. This is a Pakoras, which is further north. I'm just wondering, is it worth me? You know what? I'm just going to auto-resolve this. I know I'm not going to do any good. And in fact, doing an aggressive style would have done them better. But I've got an army that should be able to arrive the next turn, if not the turn after. And we'll be able to wipe them out then. But yeah, they've taken the settlement. That's annoying. Okay, let's go down and deal with them. Nisha, okay. Now, I believe you were just coming over here to... Okay, we had rebels starting to form up, that's why. Let's upgrade you guys. Let's change over to this, and we'll now go and attack the rebel army. Should be a fairly easy battle to do. Our army is... This is one of my better armies, so we'll upgrade those as well. So now we've got Tagmata Cavalry. Let's go and kill them off. Okay, we'll just do this balanced battle. Don't want to walk the boat too much. They had siege equipment, so did I. So, and we did manage to still take some casualties. That's okay. We'll easily get them back this turn. We'll move you guys back to Neapolis. Okay, we can actually upgrade, repair some of the ruined buildings here, so we'll do that for next turn. And then we just got this last one, which I think is going to take a 7 population. Okay, let's head down south here now, so in order to take back Ethiopia. Okay, we might take a little bit longer than just the one turn, but we'll get there in 2 turns and wipe them out. There we go, nice and easy. We're not going to take any attrition around here. No, we're not. There we go. These guys will keep it here under control, even though we are going to be facing some issues still for a bit longer. Right, we'll have herbs. We'll change. We'll keep that for now, just because that is giving me food. And we need to buy this so we can actually start converting the population over. It's a shame I don't have a priest nearby, but it's going to take so long for one of them to get down there that, unless, can I recruit a priest? I can't because we've got all 3 of them up north. Okay. Alright. Let's build that up. Alexander is one of the Patriarchy seers, so it'd be an idea for me to do that. We'll get that going as well. Right. And then we head back up into Britannia.
Commander.
Right. We don't have any armies near here right now. Londinium is in a position now where we can start converting it over, so we'll spend a bit of cash to do that. We've got stores here. Trade depot. We'll spend... We can get iron smelter. That might come in handy. I think I know what I'll do about that. We'll take the capital. We'll demolish this field, and we'll turn this then into the ironworks. This can be converted over eventually to one of those. But now that the Frankish army is left here, I'll get them to just come over here and attack. Still, balance bar is in my favour, so we're just going to do this. Nice and easy. We did lose that unit of mercenary Nordic axes, which is slightly annoying because I think they did okay when I used them before. But we'll go ahead and occupy this. We've driven away that army as well. Right, well, we'll have to deal with that army first before we can do anything else. Right. This is going to have to get a religious building converted over as well at some point. That might be the best thing to do here, in fact. But for now, let's see. We'll demolish that. Demolish that. We'll get this... I can't afford to swap over yet. We'll demolish it down by 1. And we'll get this repaired as well. Okay. My Emperor now can come down here. Even though we're going to be sailing, we outnumber the enemy's units by such a large margin. It should be a fairly easy battle still. So we'll just go a nice balanced 1. Eliminate that fleet. I was actually a little bit concerned because I got them mixed up. I thought that was my one, their one, and I thought, oh, why is mine sinking? There we go. And then you guys, if we force double time you now, we can actually get you over to Londinium. And just like that, we've got my faction leader, the Emperor himself, and his heir, leading the campaign now in Britannia. There we go. That's everything done for this turn. We'll not go down and see what's happening in the Sahara. Go through all that. I am hoping to be able to get this campaign done sometime now in this month, because then we've got Thrones of Britannia coming out then, which I'm looking forward to. Got other games I would like to think about doing as well. Got a new Let's Play starting tomorrow for a game that I've really been looking forward to doing, especially since the film is coming out for this month. So I thought it was a good time to start it, but if you haven't guessed, you're going to have to let's wait and see what comes up tomorrow. There's also a few things like, one I've not exactly jumped at playing, things like Crusader Kings 2 and Europa Universalis and Hearts of Iron. I'm a big Stellaris fan, so I've been enjoying the 2.0 updates. And Colonizing Mars is coming out. I've already pre-ordered my copy. You can get it from cdkeys.com for £25 at the moment for the base game, which I think is pretty good. If you want to spend a bit extra, you can get the deluxe edition with all the extra little bonus stuff. But to be honest, it's not something that sort of jumped at me at like, oh yay, some new skins. You know, that's worth an extra 10 quid. So yeah, wouldn't mind trying out something like that. It looked like, if you haven't followed the streams for the Paradox Interactive have done with Nikki and that, they are hilarious to watch. So I love the live streams with Nikki in particular, just because she is very open-minded about certain things. There was one where they were asking the questions about what would you if you had to choose between, what was it, doing bad things, some nasty sexual things to either a sheep or a baby, what would you do? But the correct answer apparently is kill yourself. So yeah, it was a very interesting one. I recommend checking out their YouTube channel and following it. But the game itself looks pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to playing it myself when it comes out in a couple of weeks. Let's go for all of this. The rest of Roman separatists now have been defeated. Ethiopia is about to rebel once again. That's fine. We're in a position. The army here can actually defend Axum or go after Adulis if an army In fact, what I'll do is, let's move you guys up here.
Get to it, men.
What will happen then is that the walls here should hopefully protect the settlement for at least a turn. And we can easily march between these two. So we'll do that. That will be done. We'll keep that for the moment just for the food. We do need to sort out some growth pretty quickly though. In fact, sewers, aqueduct. Let's upgrade the sewers now, I think. At the end of the day, we're going to have issues with food anyway. So let's cancel that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to dismantle it. Just because it's going to cost 100 food consumption right now, and it's not something I want to deal with. You can march up here and take Pakoras. We'll be able to deal with that army pretty easily. Go ahead and attack, please. Thank you. Actually, it's a little bit more difficult. We've hired a whole bunch of mercenaries, it seems, including these desert hurlers. But we're just going to do it again, auto resolve, quickly eliminate them. I wonder, does this count as another faction that I've another faction towards my victory conditions? I don't know. Let's do that. Okay, well, we'll repair that, and we'll dismantle that, like as we were doing. And let's dismantle that so we can swap it over for something else. Okay, we're in a position here to sort that out. Is there anything else I want to spend my money on? Over here has been dismantled up fine. Here's okay. Let me see. What do we need over here right now? Well, we're just about okay for food, so let's upgrade the wheat farms, I think. And we've got sanitation. We've got a government building. We've got a religious building. Let's just get some basic industry going. And we'll get a quarry going here as well. Dye tubs. Let's get that. And a dye maker will give me plus 4% commercial and industry. So let me see. Where was it? Here. Okay, so let me see. 10% will be 45. 5% of that, say, roughly will be 20. So if I went just for 4% of 450, it will be 20. If I go for 90, 45, it will be better if I just get the... I don't know, I suppose it would add up either way, because it's 4% of each one. Let's just go for a pewter caster, I think, for the moment. Scriptorium, we haven't actually got anything in for government buildings. Interesting, but public order is plus 10 right now, so I can't complain too much. We've got another legion, it seems, being formed up here, so let's switch over to here. Okay, we can't recruit any new buildings from here. Why is that? Did I swap this over to something else? I must have done. Okay, well, we seem to be okay for public order right now because of that.
I am a shadow.
Right, I need to track down Saxons. Well, I remembered to do that this time. Okay, so Saxons. Whereabouts are you? You've got one horde down here, in Lugdunensis in the corner there. Okay, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the legion that's currently stationed here. It looks like the Abdanians are going after them, so we'll just head through their territory, and they should be... Where was it? Somewhere about here. So let's move past the siege, if possible. I'll tell you what, can we do that just to get a little bit more quickly? No, I'll take about the same. Okay. No, that's fine. We'll leave you guys there. Okay.
We hunger for battle. Ready for orders.
Alright, let's start the conquest, shall we?
Ready for battle.
So, first of all, we need to head up to Lindum.
Besieging the settlement.
We have this army standing outside. Okay. Well, what we can do this. And even though it's balanced, we can do that. And have a nice cheeky auto resolve here and take the settlement while this army is just standing about doing nothing. Like so. We can then go ahead and just occupy.
We hunger for battle.
There we go. Now, just to support them, we'll take this army up. In fact, we'll send the army directly against the claws of the bear here, just so we can try and eliminate them quickly, or at least push them away a bit. There we go. Okay, what have they got in this group? They got Frankish lancers, mercenary Celtic cavalry raiders, mounted raiders, these Bagurde. I think it could be an idea for me just to attack them. I mean, I'd rather try and go for the superiority though and having multiple things, but at least I know they're there. Okay, let's try it.
Wipe them out.
Bounce bar, very much in my favour. Well, it's about 50-50. I am going to retreat it for now, just because we are coming near to the end of the episode, and I do want to end this part of the campaign and get into the next chapter. So we'll bring them back here. Are you within reinforcement range? Not quite yet. Okay, let's do this. We'll march you guys behind Linden.
You have further orders?
Alright. Okay. Now we should have the navy nearby. It's slowly but surely been making its way up. Although, oh no, it's still over here. It's still quite a while for it to go. 1, 2. At least 3 turns. That's okay. We'll have them come over here and they can make port in Camalodunum. Next turn we can go after Segotium, Eboracum, and head on in towards Ilden. Okay. Let's end the turn now. I believe now this should be the end of the chapter, but we'll double check that in a second. I suppose a question I have to ask myself as well, because at the moment the plan for the epilogue is to do it when I have finished off my current enemies, which mainly consist of fighting the Franks and the Saxons at this point. The Saxons are just a weak horde that I have to chase down in order to kill, and the Franks have got their last of their territory is here in the British Isles. So I have to decide then, I guess, how am I going to do the next. Because like I said, I will be continuing for the campaign and myself to finish it, but I will do it in an epilogue sort of style, with just go in the highlights of the campaign. So I suppose the question I really want to decide for the future of my empire is whether or not I want to continue to take advantage of a golden peace by eliminating my current enemies.
Of warriors to cut to the heart of anything.
Or do I want to oh, sorry. Yeah, what I was saying is that I can either have it that they, oh, I'll come back to that. At the moment, what's this, actually? They're offering one of their daughters, Trenchidus? I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, so I do apologise. She is cunning, which increases his cunning by 2, which is pretty good already. And it's Lucius, so this could be quite an interesting decision when you consider it, that the White Huns are, which the Romans would probably consider to be while decent allies, and they have been quite supportive, will be considered barbarians for the most part, and we're basically going to give them the opportunity to marry into the royal family by marrying the adopted son of Ancilius Attius Lurco. You know what? I'll take it. I think so. I'll be fine. There we go. I should have asked for a dowry as well, but anyway, I will need to decide what I want to do for the future of my empire. Do I want to keep them as at peace for as long as possible, so I can just take advantage of quickly going through things, upgrading to settlements and that as and when I need to, and be able to focus then on telling a story like that? Or do I want them to continue being warlike? Because basically the empire has been at war for a couple of decades at this point. So it could be an idea for me to continue it and then start focusing on dealing with some of them, like the Abdanians, the Alamans, and continue pushing them through into Europe, where at the moment they have all these different factions like Gaul, the Western Romans are still around, Abdanians up here, the Alamans have been stretching out right next to a lot of my territory. Something to think about. Natural causes Someone died. Okay. Consumption.
Ready for
Okay.
orders.
Is it not the end of the chapter yet? Survive. Oh, until 4:32. Oh, for God! I thought we were going to get done this turn. I had it in my head that it's 4:29, so I'm not even going to finish this chapter, this episode. For okay, guys and girls, I'm going to leave the episode here. I think now is a good place to leave it. So, thank you very much for watching as always. Hope you join me next time as we continue our invasion of the British Isles and get that bit closer to finishing this chapter. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye for now.